State by the sitting governor. And we are therefore here to have a discussion on a microcosm at what to expect come 2027. So let me take the trending stories one after the other. How Governor Alia blocked Peter Obi humanitarian visit to Benue State IDP camps, a microcosm of bitter politics ahead of 2027. And the second topic of the day is 2027, PDP governors reject coalition, implication for presidential aspirants. Number 3 on the list is Easter preparation and security implications for travelers. Number 4, we still discussing about the change religion and die. A stern warning from a northern cleric who declared as death sentence for apostasy and introspection of Nigeria as a secular state. Number 5 will be man in his 30s committed suicide as he was defrauded of over 2.5 million by Yahoo boys. So we'll be narrowing down our discussions to these 5 burning trending topics across Nigeria. And as you are aware, Mr. Peter Obi tweeted yesterday how he was blocked by the Benue State Governor, Mr. Asante Alia, who made claim that he cannot guarantee security of persons who visit his state without his prior knowledge. And one began to wonder, why should a state not be able to guarantee security? That is the fundamental part, the fundamental responsibility of any government. What's the essence of government that cannot guarantee security of lives and property of the citizenry? So these are all issues that we'll be having an open discussion on today to be able to dissect them and discuss the implications they have on our citizenry. So you are at liberty to pin your discussion on any of the topic. You can as well delve into all the topics depending on your reach, how far you can go to do justice to this topic. So ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this great program where we dissect these national trending topics as they affect Nigerian lives on a daily basis. You will recall how we have previously dealt with some other cases like the Kadri Yusuf case, the minor that was imprisoned in January for an alleged theft, who is having been convicted of any crime yet, but while awaiting trial, he has been languishing in jail since January. We've had a very intensive discussion on that topic, and today we'll be narrowing down our discussion to these 5 topics that have been highlighted, and I'll be posting this topic on the chat box so that you can take a look at it and choose which topic you want to have a discussion on. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to COPDEM People's Parliament. The program is being televised live on DDM, that is the Diaspora Digital Media, and is a partnership media with COPDEM, where we provide the people with opportunity to be able to have their say on matters as they regards how we are being governed as people. And I welcome you all to this episode on COPDEM People's Parliament. So please feel free to request the mic by indicating with your digital hands if you want to speak to the topic. Gloria from Mina, you're welcome to COPDEM People's Parliament. Paulo Sagi, I welcome you to COPDEM People's Parliament. So please take a look at the topics via the chat box, and have your inputs on the burning issues. We'll be having a 1-hour discussion on these topics and be able to have our say towards enriching how Nigeria as a country will be governed. We cannot continue to sit on the fence and do nothing. It is an act of doing something when we gather here every 2 p.m. to have a discussion. As a matter of fact, the COPDEM People's Parliament is making arrangements to further take this parliament to the streets, where we'll be sampling opinion on these trending topics and be able to have feedback as well from the streets, as well as going to other social media platforms like the Facebook, X, and TikTok, so that the young egalitarian Nigerians can have their commitment, their voices recorded for the COPDEM People's Parliament to project their voices to a larger audience across the globe. So please feel free to have your contribution on these topics. I welcome you all, and I believe we'll be having a very engaging discussion as we proceed with the program. Let me refresh your mind again. The number one topic of the day is how Governor Alia blocked Peter Obi's humanitarian visit. And one will begin to wonder if a leader is truly interested in the progress of his or her state, and you have a private citizen who has scheduled out of his busy schedule, he has scheduled a time to come and interact with your people who are in despair, and to be able to offer them support in his own little way. Why will you block such an individual from coming to your state? The best one can take from that scenario is the politics of bitterness that we've been experiencing over the years in this country, where oppositions are being silent and the ruling party does not want any active opposition figure to be able to have a say on how Nigeria as a country is being governed. I cannot understand the reason why a country that is not at war is having increasing numbers of IDP camps across Nigeria, especially across the middle belt of Nigeria. So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome speakers. If you want to speak, I think you can just unmute and have your contribution on this topic. Mr. Paul, you want to have a contribution? I realize you turn on your mic. Would you want to have your say on the topic being presented?
I do want to make a little contribution to the topic. Yes, thank you very much for making this possible, at least for Nigerians to express their thoughts. You know, I really appreciate you and everybody who has made themselves instrumental to the availability of this platform. May God continue to bless all of you, and
thank you.
Bring your expectation to fruition. And I understand what the expectation is: a better Nigeria.
A better Nigeria for all.
For all of us. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I have a whole lot of issues bothering my mind. I am troubled as a Nigerian. You see, each time I listen to the news, I begin to imagine what is going on. Are we cursed? Is Nigeria cursed? What is going on? Do you know that in this country today, the death of people is treated with levity. It's no longer an issue. Otherwise, look, which country with minds will have its people over 50 people killed, and it is not a national emergency? It doesn't even look. Look, I don't know if people still, I mean, especially the people in power, still have their sanity intact. Because I can imagine 50 people being killed in the United States of America, in Britain, in Ghana. I can imagine what would happen. The flag will fly, the national flag will fly at half-mast for a couple of days. There will be national mourning. You see? But in this country, nobody is even talking about it. I listened to the response of the federal government yesterday. You know, it was hollow. It was, I mean, they treated it with shabbiness. It is, you know, their response didn't come with any substance. These are the people who are supposed to be presiding over our affairs. So that makes the average life of a Nigerian, of Nigerians, not matter. You see, our lives do not matter before our leaders, before our people, because where people really hold life dearly, where they hold lives dear, I'm sure that by now that this nation would have been boiling. It would have been boiling, not because we are at war, but because we want a change. We want to put a stop to this nonsense that is going on. People are being killed. As we are speaking now, people are killed. Okay, look at it. Let me just digress a little bit, although it's part of the topic. You see, one person, he called himself a cleric. He came and declared fatwa. That's, he declared death to anybody who changes his religion. That's when you have the audacity to accept, you know, a new faith or another faith. You are supposed to die in a secular country. And we still have. You understand? So this thing is really boiling my mind. I feel pained. I don't know how to express my pain. Look, I at times I weep inside of me. I weep because what we expected when we were in our childhood is not what we are getting at all. They have made Nigeria, our land, okay, a land like that described by those spies that Moses sent to spy out the land of Canaan. They came with a description. They said the land eateth its inhabitant. You see? So they have turned Nigeria into a land that eats its inhabitants. Otherwise, people died in Bokos. Not barely a week later, people died. People are killed again in Zika. People died in Uromi. And let me tell you the truth. I'm from Edo State. The way these people are killing people in Edo State, why nobody talks about it? It will alarm you if you really know what is going on. In most of our forests, people can no longer go to farm again. Now somebody came
We seem to be losing you. Seem you're having network challenge.
of
Sorry, we seem to be losing you fast. Your network is.
The authority kept me.
Sorry, Mr. Paul, you have to probably hold on a bit and see how you'll be able to continue with your line of thought. Seem you're having a very bad network. Okay, he has even dropped off. So we're looking forward to having you back to be able to complete your line of thought. Mr. Paul was trying to give a picture of what has been happening in Bokos and how the value of human life has been so reduced, where our security formations seem to care less. They don't seem to show any remorse for the lives that have been lost over the years. Imagine a situation where over 50 died, were killed rather in Bokos, and everybody is moving on as if everything is normal. These are some of the things that he finds it difficult, just as every other Nigerian finds it difficult to actually tolerate the absolute neglect by the ruling party. It has become a tradition, a norm under the APC, where over, hundreds and hundreds of people keep dying on a daily basis, being attacked in their peaceful community, yet the government of the day just find it fit to remain mute. The only thing they will tell the governor is to find a way to, amend some of the issues that are triggering the reprisal attack. And you wonder why a reasonable government will sit back watching private citizens or maruldas rather invading communities. It all reminds me of the justification for self-defense as reiterated by the director of DSS, where he emphasized that private citizens should take their securities into their hands, and private citizens should be the first line of security for their own country. Mr. Adegbe, you want to have a contribution? Mr. Agbonifo, you want to have a contribution on the matter? Okay, I thought you want to have a contribution. Can you hear me?
No, I think my mic came on by mistake. Go ahead, please.
All right. So, Mr. Jobson from Kwara, you are welcome. I believe you've seen the topics under discuss for the day. The program is being aired live via Diaspora Digital Media, and we are adding our voice to how a country should be governed. What we have in Nigeria is absolute mess of the situation. Motherland, we appreciate your time for joining us at COPDEM People's Parliament. Welcome on board. I don't know if you've seen the topic and you want to have some words, some contribution made towards the topics of the day. Motherland, are you disposed to speak? Okay.
Listen, thank you very much, and thank you for facilitating, this. I'll just listen, for a while, and if I need to, I'll, put in later. But I'm following the discussion and, learning a lot from it. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your time. Mr. Jobson, You want to have a contribution?
A very good afternoon to you, due process.
Yes, Jefferson from Kwara. Welcome to COPDEM People's Parliament.
Good afternoon to you all.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to my parliamentary members on board.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank
Please
you so
go
much. Okay. To start on the trending stories, which is the number one on the trending story, how Governor Alia blocked Peter Obi humanitarian visit to Benue State IDP camps, a microcosm of bitter politics ahead of 2027. Well, to me, I didn't see it that way. I just believe what Governor Alia just did, or Bishop, the Reverend Father to be precise, what he just did is out of ignorance. Because when somebody wants to extend a friendship visit to you, you shouldn't stop that person in any way. And you shouldn't even block him for him coming to visit you if he's not coming to harm you in the first. But due to how they are taking
Are you having problem with your audio? We can't hear you. Mr. Jobson. Let's expect him to be back to continue his line of thoughts. He was trying to emphasize on the bad decision taken by the Benue State governor for blocking a humanitarian aid that was being presented by Mr. Peter Obi. Having people in distress in IDP camp scattered across the state, and you have a helper coming your way. Ordinarily, wisdom suggests that you should even be at the border waiting for his arrival, so you could welcome him for coming to help. But because politicians, they've narrowed everything down to politics of bitterness, probably is working based on instruction from Abuja. And he seemed not to have applied his own wisdom to it. He totally tried to deprive Peter Obi's visit to the IDP camp. At the end of the day, it boomerang, and he's being projected in the bad light already, as it is. So his sympathy, the sympathy votes he got in 2023, I believe he will not be getting the same as it is today, because the people of Benue State would have actually appreciated the humanitarian gesture of Principal Mr. Peter Obi, who intended to reach out to some of the nursing schools, some of the public schools in need of attention during his visit. But he made it so difficult for Mr. Peter Obi to have been able to make appropriate connection to these institutions. I think he was able to reach out to just one, and it doesn't go down well with the people who are in their need of the humanitarian gesture of Mr. Peter Obi. Then looking at the other topic again, where the Bauchi State governor and his PDP governors had a meeting. And I actually watched and listened to his BBC interview, where he granted an interview to the BBC Hausa, and he communicated to them in Hausa. He gave an explicit explanation why the PDP are bigger than joining any coalition that will not be hanging, be rooted in the PDP, which to him, the PDP is the biggest political platform to be in charge of the coalition talk. So to this end, it seems there will be problem for all the advocates of coalition, except if something change within the shortest possible distance. Otherwise, there may be a sort of breakdown in talk around the coalition. You know, Nigerian politicians, they don't put the citizens first. If the citizens are being projected as the front burner of every decisions they are taking, I think the issue of which platform will be hosting the coalition should not actually be raising dust at this moment. But because the ego in them and for them to get involved, they are always calculative of what they get in return, not actually for the benefits of the masses. Right from the onset, I've always been pessimistic about the possibility of having this coalition to go through, knowing the attitude of the average Nigerian politician. And I don't really see it working out. But let's see what happens. Maybe along the line, there may be some sort of adjustment to it. And I pray the leaders are able to put Nigerians first in their coalition talk. Mr. Eneche, would you like to complete your line of thoughts? I notice you have a network challenge.
Yes, I have network breakup there.
All right,
Can you hear
you're
me?
welcome. Yes, go on.
Okay, thank you. Like I was saying before the network break, the governor of Benue State did not, I think he did not do right in the first place. And based on his own, we haven't heard much about his own side of story, but we only believe what he did for not even allowing, there is not even good reasons. Let me complete it this way. There is no good reasons if somebody is coming to your state, by you giving an excuse, you can't have enough security that to person as a
Mr. Jobson, are you there? These are part of the challenges Nigerian citizens are grappling with. In a country that cannot afford a clear communication, our network providers are all not doing well at the moment, and they've all increased their tariff. So what's the justification for increasing tariff of bad network? You could see that many people cannot even be online, probably due to data inability to really cope with the cost of data. And it's a very unfortunate situation how things have gone so bad, from bad to worse. And this kind of worse is a worse that nobody really envisaged. We never really thought it could go this route of all-time low. The government has performed very poorly, and the evidence is just staring at us on a daily basis. So I'll be hanging on while I expect him to make a return again. Then change your religion and die. You know, the rate at which some religious clerics take the laws into their hands is as if the Nigerian constitution does not even exist in their own thinking. The supremacy of their declaration and how there has been no any recorded sanctions or justice peddled against them in previous similar statements keep encouraging the repeat of similar provocative statements. Religion as it is should be a personal volition. It's not a collective or a communal decision. As a matter of fact, everyone was born with a mind of his or her own. is the society that imprints religion to it. And if one grows up and decides to have a change of religion, that should not amount to any form of threat. How much more a death sentence pronunciation for having a change of religion? This is very, very bad. And every sane mind should be able to condemn it in the strong possible words, because our society is gradually drifting towards the Iraqis, the Afghanistan, where there is absolute no room for religious freedom. And if we don't speak against it, it's just a matter of time. It will definitely get to each and everyone, because the people who are pushing this narrative, they are not going to stop if they are not being confronted. The Nigerian government need to really emphasize the essence of the secularity of Nigeria as an entity. There is no state religion in Nigeria, so there is no room for any threat against any individual or groups for living or joining any particular religion. Is forbidden, is an eyesore. And these are part of the factors that is promoting the listing of Nigeria among the worst countries in the world where opposing religions are not being tolerated. If God actually interested in making the whole world to worship through one religion, he would have done it. After all, he created the whole world. But for an individual, a mere mortal, making declaration as high as death sentence on a human being that he cannot produce, this is very, very, very uncalled for. And as a matter of fact, I'm using this platform to call on Nigerian authority to be able to make a scapegoat out of this, because we cannot continue in a country like this. Nigerian government seem to be tolerating chaos, seem to be, be nursing and be allowing chaos-oriented threats to continue to cause problem in our country, to continue to further polarize our already polarized relationship across region. This is very, very, very condemnable, and the authorities should be able to act to be able to salvage their already damaged reputation, because Nigerians at the moment don't really give much credence to Nigerian security authorities for securing their lives. We are all witness to how Deborah Samuel was burnt alive, and until this moment, the perpetrator is still moving freely. That is how bad it is. We cannot continue in a country like this and expect peace to reign. There can be no peace in a situation of injustice. There can be no peace in a country that allows chaos to reign for even just a minute. How much more for decades now? We've been rolling in this in this line of injustice, in this line of lawlessness, in this line of terrorism. There were names that were listed by Dubai of financiers of terrorism who are from Nigeria. Until this moment, the Nigerian authority is yet to act on this matter. So this is just these are different dimensions of evidence or claims that the Nigerian authority is tolerating terrorism to grow in Nigeria. And if this continues, it will get to a point where it will outgrow the Nigerian state ability to be able to quell it. So on this note, I don't know if there will be more contribution on the subject matter. Mr. Jobson, your network isn't friendly for you at all today. What's really happening in Kwara?
Yes, I think the location I am network is very, very poor, so I can't go much to make any contribution as long as this time is concerned. I don't want to delay us here this afternoon.
Okay, just wrap up your thought because we are gradually coming to the end of today's episode. Wrap up your thought before you are thrown out again.
Okay, thank you so much for the time. Anyway, so I believe
No. We don't sing. I don't think we'll be able to continue with you today. Maybe on another episode when you have a better reception of network, I will be able to have a deliberation together on this platform. You seem to have been shut out again. Like I was saying, on the third topic of the day, Easter preparation and security implication for travelers, especially in the Middle Belt region where we are having increasing kidnappings. We are just being hopeful that the Easter will go smoothly without incidences of kidnappings. And it all boils down to how the government of the day is so lackadaisical when it comes to providing security cover for her citizens. If you are traveling from Benue, immediately you enter the Benue boundary all through the east, you see countless roadblocks, road checkpoints, and you wonder there is increasing rate of kidnappings. So what is actually happening along this path remains to be seen, whether the government is involved in handling security matters or they are just watching the security situation like a Hollywood movie. I really don't know what they are doing with Nigerian security architecture at the moment. And the reason why the security keeps failing is because there is no deliberate attempt to provide security for Nigerians. A situation whereby a local government DPO is not authorized to release a trigger on the perceived terror group until he releases a signal to probably an area commander. An area commander will have to send a signal to the state command for feedback on whether to advance or to retreat. This kind of security cannot actually solve the Nigerian security challenges. We need a security situation where the DPO will be empowered to give orders to his men on the ground to carry out what they need to do to provide security for their immediate environment without really waiting for any order from above or from Abuja to decide on whether to advance against the enemy or to retreat. So any country that adopts the pattern of Nigerian security will continue to have security challenges. Obviously, we have so many security details running around with Nigerian politicians. You wonder the amount of policing or police personnel that are left for the masses. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for keeping a date with us on COPDEM People's Parliament. Like I said at the inception of this program, we are making arrangements to taking the COPDEM People's Parliament to the streets, where we'll be sampling opinion of Nigerians across the streets of Nigeria and providing them with opportunity to be able to have their say on what's happening across the country. Many people don't even have access to this information that we are discussing on this forum. It goes on to tell how people are misinformed, people are uninformed about their own country. Many people are not even aware that as we're speaking, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in France. They are not aware. So these are some of the gap, the communication gap that exists between the ruling class and the rule in Nigeria. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to having you tomorrow, 2 p.m. as we continue deliberation on the COPDEM People's Parliament. Thank you for joining us, and have a great, great day and a wonderful Easter celebration ahead. Thank you all for joining, and God bless you all.